Okay. Come back. Good job, baby. Hello everyone and welcome back to Sam Reviews another romance movie in hopes to find another hidden gem like Cha Cha Real Smooth. See my review for that movie by clicking the tab in the corner. And let me tell you before we get too deep into this review, if all you want to know is, does Sam Fashion, movie critic extraordinaire, enjoy Where the Crawdads Sing? I will tell you that I did not. If you read the book, it might be best to just leave it at that. I'm going to go into a little bit more depth, obviously, with the rest of this review. But before I do that, I wanted to first off say thank you so much for at least clicking on this video and getting this far. I appreciate you guys so much for that. And if you want to help me out immensely, please like this video, leave a comment if you're feeling spicy, and if you want to subscribe for more reviews from me, I would love that. That would be fantastic. Anyway, today I decided to see Where the Crawdads Sing on opening night, and I might have been the only person under 50 years old in this entire screening. There were probably like 30 people in there, which was honestly surprising to me because I didn't think this movie was gonna do that well. And I understand that this is based off like a very popular best-selling romance mystery book of the same name, and obviously it was quite popular with people my grandma's age. And it was actually kind of adorable being in that theater because when they would respond to some of the shocking parts of the movie, it just sounded like 30 disappointed grandmothers all finding out that their grandson, who was 16, smoked pot for the first time. They're all like, oh. Obviously, there's some pretty graphic stuff, themes of abuse and things like that. So all these old women were like, oh, no, and I loved that. There was definitely a good movie in this somewhere, but most of the performances are lacking except for Daisy Edgar Jones, who plays Kaya Clark, the Marsh girl. When she shines in this movie, she absolutely nails it. A few scenes had me thinking she could potentially be up for an Oscar for this performance. But A, we all know the Academy doesn't work that way. They wouldn't look at this movie even if it was good. And B, she doesn't shine consistently. Like I said, when she shines real bright. And even though the highs are really high, it can't save this movie from its flaws. Flaws including bad dialogue, an incredibly illogical court case, which was always the most boring part of the movie to go back to. And maybe worst of all, this movie had sloppy ass timeline. It starts with a scene from 1969, then it goes back like 15 years or something when Kaya was young. And not that I want to shit on a child actor.
Hey, phrasing!
But this kid was pretty bad, and it was very distracting every time she had anything to say in the movie. And then Kaya grows up, and most of the remainder of this movie was going back and forth with flashback scenes with the two love interests to the present day court case. So like it's somewhat hard to follow when in time you are while watching this movie. You know what I mean? And then this movie has the audacity to introduce another point in time, like 50 years into the future, where the characters are now old. Like, I can barely keep up with how often this switches the timelines, which means this screenplay was not doing the book justice. If the book sold as many copies as apparently it did, it must have been better than this screenplay. And I hope fans of the book do like this, but the movie honestly just feels like a sloppier version of The Notebook, with like a swampy twist. However, I really loved the vibe of the marsh, which was probably the best part of the movie. Just feeling like the rich atmosphere from the different parts of the marsh was really cool and really felt almost like it was coming right out of a documentary about the marsh. And I also loved Kaya's connection with the marsh. I do want to talk about a quick couple spoilers, so if you want to miss those, click away now. 3, 2, 1. So I did like a few things from this movie. The ending when you find out who killed Chase. I'm not saying who it is, just in case you haven't seen the movie. You were supposed to click away anyway. That ending was satisfying. Loved that. Also, the dad beating his wife and kids was really hard to watch. And the entire relationship with the douchebag Chase was also hard to watch. I wish the theater was filled with vocal millennial ladies screaming, he's done, bye Chase, because honestly, I was moments away from standing up and doing that shit myself. Anyway, last couple thoughts. I liked the store clerk guy and his wife Mabel, and that's my dog's name. I liked Tate, the love interest, mostly, but damn, he really fucked up a good thing. He's kind of an idiot, but a lovable one, I suppose. Overall, this movie is skippable, and I will most likely not visit it again, but if you think the marshy vibes sound like something you'd like to watch, go see it in theaters. That part at least will make you want to live in the marsh as well. Like, you wish you had that cabin way deep out in the marsh. But goddamn, was I having an anxiety attack watching this whole movie thinking about alligators. Kaya goes into the water so carefree, and I wouldn't go anywhere near that water thinking about goddamn alligators. I imagine this is where they're from. I could be wrong, but it looked like a place where alligators would be. Also, this looks like a place that bugs would thrive, and this movie had no mosquito representation. So this movie is way too fake for me. 1 out of 10. Goodbye.